The USS Abraham Lincoln has been hit. Say that out loud. Let it land. Because those 6 words represent the single most consequential military event since the atomic bomb ended the Second World War. Not in terms of casualties, not in terms of immediate tactical damage, in terms of what it means for the architecture of American global power that has organized the world's military and political order for 80 years. A United States Navy aircraft carrier has been severely damaged in combat. The IRGC did it with missiles and drones in the Persian Gulf on a Tuesday morning. The last time an American aircraft carrier was hit in combat was 1945, before the internet, before the jet age, before nuclear weapons, before the entire post-war order that America built and maintained and enforced, with a specific, credible, uncontested threat that if you cross a line, a carrier strike group arrives on your horizon and the conversation ends. That threat just changed. Not ended, changed, but changed in a way that every naval officer, every defense minister, every adversary, every ally, every country that has ever modified its behavior, because a carrier was in the neighborhood. Every one of them is recalculating this morning, because the calculation just got new inputs. Inputs that do not exist in any war game, any defense assessment, any alliance commitment document written since 1945. What happens when the carrier gets hit? We are about to find out. Let me tell you what an aircraft carrier is. Not the statistics, not the tonnage and the aircraft complement and the crew numbers. What it actually is in the structure of American power. The aircraft carrier is the physical expression of the American guarantee. When America tells an ally, we will defend you. The carrier is what makes that statement credible to adversaries. When America tells an adversary, do not cross this line, the carrier is what gives the line weight. It is 100,000 tons of steel and aviation fuel and ordnance and the most capable air wing in the world, projecting American military power into waters that American territory does not touch, enforcing American policy at ranges that land-based forces cannot reach. There are 11 of them. The United States operates 11 nuclear-powered aircraft carriers. No other country operates more than 2. Most operate 0. The carrier fleet is the physical advantage that makes American power genuinely global rather than merely continental. It is what separates American military reach from every other military on Earth. The USS Abraham Lincoln is one of the 11. It was hit. Before we go any further, before the doctrine and the deterrence and the geopolitical consequences, there are 5,000 people on that ship. 5,000 American sailors and aviators and officers who went to work on the USS Abraham Lincoln as part of an operation their country launched on a platform that every piece of American military training doctrine and institutional culture told them was the safest, most powerful, most defended position in the American force posture. The carrier is not just a weapons platform. It is a city, a floating city with its own power plant, its own hospital, its own court system, its own community of people who eat and sleep and work and maintain and operate the most complex military machine ever built by human hands. That city was hit this morning. The fires that are burning on the Abraham Lincoln's flight deck and its hangars and whatever compartments the Iranian strikes penetrated, those fires are being fought right now by damage control teams that have trained for exactly this scenario. American sailors with hoses and foam and the specific discipline, life and death professionalism that the Navy has built into its damage control doctrine since it lost carriers at Midway and Coral Sea and learned what happens when fires reach the ordnance. They are fighting for their ship right now as this script is being read. The human dimension of this strike is not separate from the strategic dimension. It is inseparable from it because the 5,000 people on the Abraham Lincoln are the reason the carrier works as a deterrent. Not the steel, not the missiles, the people. The credibility of the American guarantee has always rested on the willingness of American service members to be present, to be vulnerable, to be in the theater, so that the threat is real and the commitment is physical rather than abstract. Those people were in the theater. Iran found them. Now, understand what the IRGC used to hit it because the method matters as much as the result. And the method is going to rewrite naval doctrine for every Navy on Earth that reads this morning's reports. The IRGC used missiles and drones in combination, a coordinated strike package. Ballistic missiles providing the high-altitude, high-speed vector that forces the carrier's Aegis air defense system to engage, while drones provide the low-altitude, low-radar cross-section vector that exploits the engagement windows that the ballistic missile intercepts create. While the standard missile interceptors and the CIWS are processing the ballistic missile threat, the drones come in low. While the electronic warfare systems are managing the drone swarm signatures, the next missile salvo is already in the air. It is the same multi-vector attack architecture that Iran has been refining against ground-based air defense throughout this conflict. The same logic that destroyed 3 THAAD radars in the FPS-132 and structure in the Hyatt and Victoria base applied to the most defended mobile platform in the history of naval warfare. It worked. The Aegis combat system on a Nimitz-class carrier strike group is the most sophisticated shipboard air defense architecture ever deployed. SPY-1 radar, standard missile interceptors, CIWS is the last line, electronic warfare suites, the entire carrier strike group, the escorts, the cruisers, the destroyers working as an integrated air defense network designed to protect the carrier at the center from exactly the kind of multi-vector attack Iran just executed. Iran executed it anyway.